So tomorrow is primary election day in Washington, a day we have a chance to choose the people who will lead our state.
But the Secretary of State's office estimates only 38% of registered voters will return their ballots. So we wanted to know, why don't more people vote? KXLY4's Melissa Luck has the answer in tonight's Good Question.
It's a right they fought for, a right some died for, and a right our forefathers left their homeland to achieve, and a right less than half of us choose to exercise.
You know, I think honestly a lot of people have lost faith in the system. You can go out and vote for who you want to. A lot of times it ends up going through the courts.
In Kootenai County this month, 21,000 people were registered to vote for a fire bond. 332 actually voted. It failed by 2 votes. Washington Secretary of State Sam Reed expects less than 40% of registered voters will get their ballots in for tomorrow's primary. And guess what? That's actually considered a really good turnout.
Reality, that's pretty high. If we were still poll site, we probably would have been looking down in the 23% range.
So how did it come to this? In Washington, you have almost no excuse not to vote. The ballot comes in the mail, you take your sweet time filling it out, and if you don't want to pay the postage, you can just drop it off in a drop box outside the library. So why don't more people do it? People a lot smarter than me have done a lot of research on this, and though they say the answer is complicated, it's really just simple voter apathy.
Deep down, they don't feel that they make a difference.
And you know, if you live in Washington and you're a Republican voting for president, your voice isn't heard because they always go for the Democrats.
Voters think, well, my vote won't make a difference. My vote doesn't count. You don't count all the votes. Yes, we do.
The good news here, voters do turn out in big elections in pretty big numbers. 86% of Washington voters turned out to decide the presidential election in 2008. Voting entirely by mail has boosted Washington's turnout. The only roadblock now, remembering to mail or drop off that ballot after you filled it out.
They're sitting on my table.
And knowing that if everyone had the my vote doesn't count mentality, no one would turn out at all.
That's what people have to realize. Your vote matters. Even if your candidate is not the one that wins, even if the issue is decided the other direction, your vote matters. You made a statement and it was counted.
With this Good Question, I'm Melissa Luck, KXLY4 HD News.
Email us. We'd love to hear from you. You can email at goodquestion@kxly.com. Pretty easy.
Okay.